This is not our movement. Black Lives Matter is not our movement. Let me pause it for a minute and show you something.
It looked like he, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was weird shit. And I'm not no Black Lives Matter supporter. Like,
you're not?
No, absolutely.
Why not?
Because it's not our movement. This is a movement that was given to us by, George Soros and his fucking boys. Um, because they saw how things were going and they didn't want it to go back to the 60s to where we start having our own organic movements. That was a big fucking problem for them. So let's give the people a movement that we can control. We'll provide them the leaders and all of this type of shit. And yeah, that's what Black Lives Matter is. Look at the leaders of Black Lives Matter.
Are there leaders of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Who?
Look at these lesbian women. We're trying to incorporate, LG, whatever the fuck the letters are, incorporate their concerns into black people's concerns. Go to the website, look it up. Google George Soros and Black Lives Matter, see what comes up.
Let's look it up.
Okay. Y'all out there, George Soros is a fucking multi-billionaire down with, some of the 12 richest people in the fucking
He raised
world.
$100 million.
Yep.
For Black Lives Matter Coalition. The funding comes in addition to more than $33 million in grants from top Democratic Party donor George Soros. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah. So
What billionaire would have done that for the Black Panther Party?
33 million. Well, hold on.
Huh?
Hold on. In high school, I read some books about the Black Panther movement.
Mm-hmm. Charlton Heston, maybe people like that.
The Black Panther movement would have. There was a famous book called Radical Chic and Mau Mauing the Flatcatchers.
Okay.
And it basically put you in these scenes where you had these, the Huey P. Newtons and the Bobby Seals would go to these rich white families' houses and have these intellectual debates.
I know about that.
You know what I'm saying? With these white millionaires.
Did anybody give them $30 million?
Well, at the end, these people would cut checks.
Not no $30 million checks. Maybe a 5,000, 10,000. You see what I'm saying? This was breakfast programs and, smaller scale.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Rich white people have historically financed some of this stuff.
Some of it, not all of it.
Which is why I said
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't say all of it.
And that was more guilt money rather than
Fair enough.
control money. See, this started at the impetus of the whole shit. This is control money. This is not, oh, I feel bad for what we've done as white people. You came to my house and shamed me, and now I'm going to cut you a check. You know what I mean? That's not what that is about. That's about, let us give you a movement that we can control, use certain symbolism from the original civil rights movement, like the black, red, black, and green, all these different symbols. We're going to incorporate that, but only it's going to be a movement that we control. We decide what the messages are. We decide what the slogans are. What happened to no justice, no peace, and, no peace, no justice. Now it's hands up, don't shoot, fucking I can't breathe, and all these negative affirmations that, who made that shit up? You know what I mean? Wasn't me. And like, we're living in a time of great social engineering. Okay? Now, if y'all don't know what social engineering is, go look it up. Like, there's people out there that know how to scientifically make society do what they want it to do, how they want it to be done. They're engineering how society should be. That's social engineering. So when we sit here and talk about, things like false evolution, when we say, oh, hip-hop's just going that way. No, it's not. It was socially engineered to go in the way that it's going right now. You see, this Black Lives Matter is a social engineering of how a civil rights movement should move. You see what I'm saying? And this is what we have to look at. Not everything is organic.
Well, you also don't see any clear leaders in Black Lives Matter. You had D. Ray. He's been kind of the face of Black Lives Matter for a while.
Why, when he's not the leader? You see what I'm saying?
There's no real.
Why is he? There is leaders. This is what I'm telling you. They're lesbians. They're black lesbians.
Key people are Sean King.
Who's that?
He's a writer for New York Daily News.
I'm not talking about who key people. Go to the fucking website. Who runs the shit?
Is there a website?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, because when I looked up Black Lives BLM leader, the key people there's no leader that's listed, but the key people that are listed is Sean King, DeRay McKeeson, and Jonetta Elzie.
Those people don't run Black Lives Matter. Although they might be the face right now, they're not the ones calling the shots.
But even if they're the face, somewhat, they don't hold even remotely the significance of a Martin Luther King,
Exactly.
Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad.
Because those were real movements. Those were real movements
Huey
starting from real
P.
love.
Newton.
Yeah.
Right.
Those were real movements. You know?
Like MLK.
Marcus Garvey. Come on, Marcus
Garvey
Garvey is the foundation of all of this in America.
Marcus Garvey